Hi guys, welcome to another video and welcome to another planner. Today I wanted to take you through one of my planners that I have been using for quite a lot of months by now, and I wanted to talk about project management. Over the past months, I think you have heard me talk about the works I was doing on my apartment over various videos, and I can assure you that having a planner that had to do with just that project has helped me a lot. And this is the planner I have been using. It's from Filofax, but obviously you can use whatever planner you have because this is just the vessel that I have chosen. And having a place where you have everything related to that particular project, you have the numbers, you have the step-by-step list of what needs to get done, who needs to be called, what works have to be made and carried out, has helped me. And I think I have also controlled quite a lot my anxiety, because I could grab this, I could just go into the various sections of it, which I am going to show you, and I could just have a picture of whatever needs to get done. As I have mentioned, my apartment has been one of my biggest projects ever, and I have done a lot of changes into it, so I really needed to keep organized, to have everything there, just everything under my sight, so that I could just see what I needed to do and not forget one single thing that was important to get done. I can assure you that I have written even the nitty-gritty details about what I need to do. Even sometimes, and I will be also showing you in this planner, I have included how am I going to organize the drawers, the cupboards, every single space, because whatever came to my mind, I needed to map it out, because otherwise it would have remained in my head. I would have felt overwhelmed by the things that I needed to do, and this is something that really helped me a lot. So I would recommend that if you have a project that you really need to work on and that has a lot of work, but it might also not have a lot of work to be done, I can only advise you to always have something, a place, a vessel, a place where you can just write whatever has to get done, so that you don't keep it in your mind all the time, you don't feel overwhelmed by all the stuff that needs to get done, and you can follow through with your plans. So quite a long introduction, I must say, but I really needed to explain why I have set up this planner. It is not just using one of the planners I have, but it is actually setting it up so that I don't feel overwhelmed. The main reason behind any type of planner I have is basically so that I can be organized, so that I can have everything set up in a specific way that will help me operate better. So let's get into it. I am just going to show you what I have in this one here. This is my main project. You can set up your planner according to whatever type of project you intend to plan for. So here, I hope you can see it well. I just included a picture. You can include whatever type of cover and dashboard you want. I have a couple of stickies here and a couple of labels, because I was labeling some boxes that I had and I just needed labels at hand. This was for the time when I was still setting up the kitchen and all the other rooms. So I basically sorted out all the boxes and labeled each box depending on the room where I was going to use the contents of that box. Then I have here some sticky notes, because obviously I would need a lot of those to write my notes. I have, as you can see here, a couple of dashboards, a couple of Filofax folders. You see I have more than one, trying to, oh, okay. Here I think I have two of them. They were sort of attached to each other. And then I have another two, which are four. So let's start with the dividers. The first section is my brain dump, and in all my planners, the first section is always a brain dump, and such section contains blank paper. And here I do have a mind map of what needs to get done. So these mind maps are really, really good so that you can map out your thoughts, your steps, etc. I do have a video about mind maps. So if you are interested in knowing what's the process in creating a mind map, in just instead of writing a list, just creating everything in a mind map, I do suggest that you watch that video. The brain dump section is a place where I can draw, where I can list, where I can write whatever comes to my mind. And here is where I would do quite a lot of mind maps when I was doing the work that I had to do in a couple of rooms. For example, one of the rooms was completely changed. I moved everything, the electricity, cables, wires, whatever. I got everything installed new, so there was a lot of work to get done. And at the time I was quite feeling overwhelmed, and the mind maps helped me a lot. The second section that I have are short-term upcoming, and these are short-term upcoming to-dos. And as you can see, I do have a list of the things that I still need to pack. I have a couple of things here that I had to cover, obviously for privacy, but what I have included in this section here are short-term to-dos. So if, for example, next time I have to go to my apartment to organize a particular space, that would be a short-term to-do. So an upcoming thing that needs to get done. Or if I have to call someone, it would be going in the section here. So if I just need to check upon the to-dos that I need to get done the next time that I will be at my apartment, I would simply go to this section and I would have everything listed down. One thing that I don't know whether I mentioned it before, at this time, this planner has quite much of it already done. So most of the papers have been taken out, but I'm still using it because I still have other things going on. They are the last few things that I need to get done, but it has been a very, very functional planner so far. The next section that I have here is finance, and obviously I had to cover this section too, but the most important thing, I believe, it's showing you the contents, showing you the idea in this setup, in why I had to set up this planner, and I felt that it was quite functional. So here in this section for finance, I was budgeting. For example, when I was going to buy the kitchen, when I was going to buy all the things for the different rooms, I would have a page for every room that I was planning on. I would budget the maximum amount that I can afford, and then just estimate the amounts that I was going to spend. That would make me visualize whether I would be within the budget or not. Obviously, one important thing that you need to do when budgeting is getting quotations. So you would have to go research either in the shops or online, and I have done a lot of online research. Most of the shops today, they do give you the opportunity to just get ideas and prices and just estimate the costs that you are going to go into once you set up a room. So here in this section, I would just list everything down. It starts with the budget, so the amount, the maximum amount you can spend on that particular area. Let's say you are going to do a room, you would have to set up a budget for that room so that you know how much you can spend, what is affordable for you and what is not. Then I would go into listing the different things I have to purchase for that particular room. So let's say if it's the kitchen, I would list up that I need a refrigerator, that I need a stove, that I need a kettle, whatever that is. Then I would research online for prices and models that I like, and I would just list down the different options. That would make me understand whether I have budgeted enough or not. Most of the time, because if you do good budgeting, most of the time I would not spend the whole amount that I have budgeted for that particular room, so that it means that I would have saved up on that particular room, and that is an achievement, to be honest. It is very, very important that when you are doing project management, any type of project management, you take care also of the financial side. So you need to take care of the things that need to get done, but how much those things will be costing. Because without costing things that are going to be done, you can never know whether you are going to do a good job, whether you will be having enough funding to do that. So finance and budgeting are very, very important. Another section is okay, because I have a couple of things which are covered. I have payments and a section called bills. So payments and bills. Here it is obvious. We all have bills coming in, utility bills, and a lot of stuff. And in this section, I would keep a list of the bills that need to get paid. And once they are paid, I would just check them out so that I know that that one has been paid and the other one is still pending payment. So here is just a track record of all the bills that need to get paid, so I also can get enough information about what type of budgeting I might need to do for the bills. Remember, when you are working on a project, you have those that are called fixed costs and others that are variables. The fixed costs are inevitably the bills and all the things that we have to pay on a regular basis. And when you are setting up a budget for a project, you also need to take into consideration things that have to get paid on a regular basis. Otherwise, you will never know how much money you have actually at hand to work out on that particular task that you are planning for. Another section here is a to buy section. It is obvious. I would keep just a list of the things that need to be purchased, starting from the very small thing that could be a set of, I don't know, glasses for the kitchen or cups for the kitchen, and going on to, I don't know, the TV, the stereo, whatever you want to purchase. So here is just a list of the things that need to be purchased. In another section, I do have notes. And when I say notes, it's whatever type of notes I felt that I needed to keep at hand. I have a section for contact. So there I would not be having the phone numbers and contact details of contractors, of people that I need to call and to ask for work. But here I would have, I don't know, at times I also had magazine cuttings and other stuff, so that if I need something or a particular thing, I know that there are specific shops for specific things. So in the section for notes, you can basically include whatever you think you need to keep note of. Another section, and this is my favorite section, this is organize, and I'm going to show you what I have in this section. Here is where I would go into the nitty-gritty details of even the drawers, how they are going to be organized. I know I sometimes go into too much detail, but believe me, I felt that this process was one of my favorites, because when I was, for example, setting up the kitchen, I knew how many drawers I would need to design, because I designed my kitchen. I said, okay, I want a drawer for this, a drawer for that, another for that. And so when I got into the design, I said, I want a section with 5 drawers, because I have planned already what am I going to put into each drawer. So this is how I actually went into the organization of each and every space that I have. For example, this is my office unit, and as you can see, I do have areas for each and everything. I don't know whether you can see it, but here there are lines, and those mean that there are the shelves, and I have a section, a side of the unit for all the nail implements, nail stuff and things to do my nails, because as you know, I do my own nails, and I have been also teaching nails, I think some 10 years ago, most probably, but I still love a lot that type of work, even though I don't do it anymore. So this area, I just kept it for all that has to do with nails. Here I do have books, different shelves for books, archive, recipe books. These are files and documents that I need at hand. And I have also an area for planners. So basically what I have done is I have taken each and every cupboard, I don't know, bedside table or unit, whatever that is, chest of drawers, whatever that is, and I have designated each and every drawer for what will be used. As you can see, I have a lot of them. For example, this is in the living area, and I have quite various cupboards, and I have designated each side of it and each area for storage, what will actually go into it. I know I might have gone into a lot of detail. Here I have a couple of areas that I have changed what they will contain. So here I have this note here to repurpose. It's because I have decided to change the content. So I have designed into this page again the storage cabinets, and I will be deciding later on what I will be using each drawer for. And as you can see, I do have a lot of that. Then I have my garage storage, and here I am also keeping a weekly home management schedule. And here I have on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till Sunday what work needs to get done around the apartment. I think that some of the people might have zone schedules for the housework and home management. Those are also good, but I have designated work to get done so that I have planned out all my week and I don't have any days where I am overwhelmed with housework. So here I do have a section for each and every room. As you can see, I have the kitchen, the bathroom, the office, the other bedroom, the main bedroom, and here I have the corridor, my garage, the balconies, common areas, because we need to pay condominium things, and I have contacts and the miscellaneous. But let me explain a bit this one. Having a section for each room has made me think individually about each room, and I was not seeing my apartment as one whole thing that needed work on. When I was looking at my apartment as this huge project without dividing it into sections, I was getting overwhelmed. So I have set up sections for each room that there is in the apartment. And like this, for example, if I go in the kitchen section, which here is covered, I do have the plan of the kitchen with the measurements. I do have a list of the things that need to be purchased for the kitchen. I do have measurements for the curtains, because that's something that I still have not done. And for other stuff that needs to get done in the kitchen. So if I want to work on the kitchen, I know that I have a section specifically for the kitchen. For example, here I do have how I have organized the kitchen drawers, what I'm gonna do in the pantry, what I'm gonna do in the living area, and it goes on like that for the bathroom. As you can see, I do have a list of the to-dos for each and every room. So I would just look into that section, think about that particular room, and I would have at a glance in that section whatever needs to get done in it without ever thinking about another room. So individualizing, I don't know, dividing each project into other segments and tackling those segments individually one by one and not all of the time helps a lot to get things done. It is sort of a trick. You cannot work onto something having a lot of things to do at one go. You really need to compartmentalize each area, each task, and see what needs to get done in connection with that task. So here I do have a section for each and every room. Then I keep also, here I do have a section for the common areas because obviously I do keep track of what payments need to get done, whether there is any work to get done, everything. So whenever we have the meetings, what things we need to discuss during our meetings. So those are things also very important, and they have to do with my apartment. At the back, I have the contact section. Obviously, it is again clipped because there's a lot of private information over there. But if I go in that section, in this one here for contact, I have all the numbers and the contact details of whoever had to do with my apartment, whether it's a contractor that has done work, whether it's someone that came to repair something, whether I had anyone that was coming to install appliances or move things, whatever it is, it's in there. I know I have the phone and there is all the details over there, but I still feel very comfortable having a pen and paper system where I can keep all the contacts and all the details of the people that I might need in the future if something happens. So having them into my planner gives me, I don't know, further comfortability. I feel more safe because apart having all the details in my phone, I have sort of a backup. I don't know whether that makes sense, but to me is very, very important. The last section is miscellaneous, and in this type of section, obviously you can just keep whatever you want. And here I also have, apart from the papers, which are blank papers, I also have, these are another 2 folders from File Effects, so that if I have, I don't know, newspaper cuttings, magazine cuttings, whatever papers, invoices, whatever, I can just throw them in there. So I hope I have managed to give you some ideas about how you can set up your project management planner, and that I have also explained very well the process I went through when setting up this planner. Obviously, it can be any type of planner. It could be a File Effects, a traveler's notebook, any type of planner you prefer. It doesn't make any difference. I just happen to use File Effects because I have quite a lot of them, and I think they are one of the most amazing brands of planners that I have ever come across. But you can use whatever you feel like and makes you feel motivated and gives you just that push to be more productive. I think that having a planner for your projects is something that will help you visualize what needs to get done, get motivated, and get each and every task further organized into a step-by-step process. That is very, very important. I hope you have liked this video. I hope that you will be coming back for more, because I do have a lot more to tell you about planners and also show you more stuff that I am planning to share with you. So take care and until the next one. Bye.